beautiful witches, and welcome back. So a reason why it's called the Cupid Peperomia is because of the shape of the leaves. If you see more up close, the leaves are kind of in the shape of hearts or like Cupid arrows. This is one of the easiest plants to grow. Like if you're a beginner plant mom, plant dad, whatever the case is, this is my go-to recommended plant that you get. They're super easy, not finicky at all. They don't need a lot of watering, and they grow really fast. And if these leaves fall on the floor, or if your cats or your dogs get to this plant, they're pet friendly and they're not toxic. So that's awesome. That's a really good benefit. All my plants in my room are actually pet friendly because I've had instances where I've had instances where they actually ate one of my toxic plants, and I just threw them all out because I got so scared. So I just keep pet friendly plants around all the time now. Hello? What are you trying to get? And the reason I have a vodka bottle, it's not full with vodka unfortunately, it's just water, because I'm going to be showing you guys how to propagate this plant. It's super easy. I'm actually propagating a small little batch, and I'm going to propagate a little bit more. So yeah, I think this plant is, you can actually propagate it in the winter and nothing, you know, it's one of those plants that it doesn't really give you a hard time whatever season you propagate it in, at least for my experience. Plant actually prefers indirect sunlight, but they can tolerate some shade. But shade doesn't mean no light. Once again, I want to emphasize on that because people think like low light plants mean no light, and that's actually wrong. So as for soil, I feel like it does well in peat moss, half peat moss mixed with half perlite. But honestly, I also think it does well with the regular potting soil. It's never giving me a hard time. Have access to either or, just remember that they like a loose potting mixture with good drainage. That's the ideal soil for these type of plants. They are native to South America, Mexico. Yeah, they don't like to get watered a lot. Like they don't like water at all. So what I do is wait for the soil to dry out, and then that's when I water it. Another good trick that I actually recently learned is squeezing the leaves. So as you can see, the leaves are unbending. That means it doesn't need watering. Try using this method on the adult leaves that are more on the top instead of the bottom, because the bottom ones are just growing in, so they're a bit fragile. So you want to let it dry out between waterings, but don't let it don't let it sit entirely dry for many days. And as I said, you can use the little leaf trick that I just showed you. That literally works like 95% of the time for me. Another tip is to use regular temperatured water. Like don't use too cold, and obviously don't use hot water. Just use the right room temperature to avoid shocking your plant. And this goes actually to almost any plant. So if your plant is yellowing or wilting, that means you have overwatered it, and there's honestly no coming back from that, unfortunately. Don't let these plants get direct sunlight because the leaves will scorch. They can't handle direct sunlight. These plants can actually be grown with fluorescent or artificial light. You know, they're ideal for office spaces and apartments as well. So what about humidity? These plants actually love a warm and humid environment. This plant is actually, it has the low requirements for fertilization. You should feed your plant every 2 weeks from spring until the late summer. As for repotting the plant, you shouldn't be repotting it that often, like at all, because they like to be pot bound. So as for pruning, as I said, these are fast growing plants, so you need to keep an eye on like dead leaves and stems. Like I do this to every one of my plants. Like I'll investigate and start digging inside the soil to see if there's like any leaves, any dead leaves in the soil, or any like damaged stems, wilting stems, and I'll just chop that off. As for propagating, they're very easy, and honestly I already have a little propagation station for these plants. It's very tiny. That's why the vodka bottle is in the back, because I'm going to show you how I propagate these. They're really not that hard, honestly. So I'm going to show you how I propagate it in water. I'm actually not very good at propagating things in soil. I really suck at it. Like every time I try to propagate something in soil, it just dies on me. So this is it. This is my little tiny propagation station for my Cupid Peperomia. It's very small because I wanted to see if it can actually be successful, and it was. Actually rooted super quick, to my surprise. It's probably been there for maybe 3 weeks to a month now, probably almost a month. So let me see. So I'm gonna cut it right here. Alright, so now that I cut that, I'm going to take these 2 leaves out, making 2 nodes. Okay, so those leaves are no good. You can actually probably propagate that in soil or something. I'm not sure. Don't take my word on it, but for me, unfortunately, these are garbage. Okay, so that's where your roots will start to appear. This is as much as I can fit in this bottle. It looks so cute though. You want to change the water every once a week at least, to prevent bacterial growth. And in order for the cuttings and roots to actually grow in really nice, you want to have it in a medium to bright and direct lighting situation. The roots will develop, as I said, it didn't really take that long. It took maybe 2 weeks, and I'm almost a month in. So I'm going to give it maybe another 2 to 3 weeks, you know, just so the roots can be a few inches long, and then I can pot it in soil. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you that stick around and watch my videos. You know, I'm just chilling in my room talking to myself at this point, but thank you so much. As usual, if you want to stick around, I'll be doing a tarot reading, so yeah, look forward to that. Thank you. So I'm going to be pulling from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. I'm actually going to be pulling 3 cards this time, and I'm going to be putting 3 crystals on top of a deck. So I lit up my candle. Good things are coming. Since 2021 is approaching, close your eyes, talk to your guides, feel your intuition, feel your gut. Which one is your gut telling you to pick? Sometimes I like paying attention to the way the candle moves. You pick this irregular looking crystal. It's very pretty. It looks like a mirror. It's very glowing. This is actually one of my first crystals that I got. Be still. So the energy that I'm picking up is y'all like doing too much. You guys like partying, or you guys are all over the place, scattered brain. Your mantra is, in stillness I find my center and hear the messages meant for me. Stillness is an anchor that returns us to ourselves and our true path. It is not a distancing of ourselves from daily activities, but a deepening of our relationship to them. Schedule a time to rest in stillness. Create a cozy environment for this practice. If necessary, be sure to communicate with the people around you so they understand you need to be free from interruptions. Notice how much time is nourishing for you. Even 5 minutes can have a significant impact on your mental state. Reflect on how stillness makes you feel. Journal about your thoughts and emotions before and after the experience so you can see how it helps shift your mindset. Consider how more stillness on a regular basis could be supportive for your self-care practice. Group number 2. So your mantra is, I embrace my flow, my many phases, and the cycles of life. The moon is a powerful celestial entity that reflects the flow of our cycles and the many phases we go through. Look up the current moon phase for guidance on what energy will serve you best at this time. So as of December 18th, when I'm doing this, our moon is actually in the waxing crescent phase. So focus on manifesting your intentions and keep visuals around for support. This particular moon phase, track how you are feeling. Notice how your energy waxes and wanes and how your sexual appetite fluctuates. So this is group number 3. This is actually the group that I picked. Clean your space. Oh, bro, I stay doing this. Alright. If you know me, y'all know I'm always cleaning up my room and I'm always changing and redecorating. Clean your space. Your mantra is, when my physical space is clean and tidy, my mind is clear. Giving yourself the gift of clean space has a ripple effect. It allows more things in your life to fall into their rightful place. By clearing and cleansing your surroundings, you can also declutter your mind. Start with cleaning your bedroom and then work your way out to all the corners of your home. Don't just stay on the surface. Take your time to clean inside the cupboards and drawers. Sort through old paper and get rid of the disbunnies. Also review the objects you've collected and consider it opportunity to donate or sell things you no longer need. As you minimize the number of belongings in your space, it will become easier to clean in the future. Notice how having a clean space makes you feel energetically clear. Create a routine that will allow you to keep it up. To start, it can be simple as making your bed each and every morning and keeping your area, like your desk, organized. So that was the cards. Thank you guys so much for sticking till the end. I really appreciate you, witches, and I'll see you soon. Bye!